You know what's really cool about this game? It's fucking huge. And to be honest, I've only been to a little tiny part of it. Even though I've flown all over the place and, you know, in previous episodes I was like, oh, I'm going to fly across the galaxy. And I went like, I don't know, 10 jumps away, 20 jumps away, something like that. I haven't even really scratched the surface. And I guess the last thing that I have to do in this game, aside from a little bit of PvP, because I've done just a little bit, the ALD is not doing so well in the power play, and I noticed that a whole bunch of Alliance people were undermining the hell out of my home here in HIP 16607. So I flew around for a while and interdicted a couple people, blew up a couple people, had to run from a couple people. It was ridiculous. Like, I interdicted this one Cobra, and I started shooting the hell out of him, and he tried to get away, but the Clipper's faster because he was like a combat Cobra or something. I don't know. So I was like gaining on him, and I took his shields down, and he turned around and he started coming at me, and I was like, oh, you want to fight, huh? And then like immediately started getting shot all over the place from behind. And I found out that he was in a wing with 2 Federal Corvettes, so I had to like get the hell out of there. But yeah, that's pretty much the extent of my PvP so far. And that's something I'm going to be getting into a little bit later, you know, with the whole piracy thing. But I want to make sure that I get everything out of this game that I can before I resort to just blowing people up and stealing people's cargo and whatnot. So what we're going to do today is, if you look down in the lower right, you can see that I am in the ASP at the moment. And I've made a few changes to the ASP. So let's check it out. Because what we're going to do today is we are going to go to the galaxy's core. Now, I got rid of all my weapons to, you know, lower my mass so I can get a little bit better jump range. And if we look in here, I upgraded the life support. I know it's kind of pointless, but there are the fuel rats. And if I happen to run out of fuel, I'm going to need to be able to survive so that I can get some fuel. But I don't think that's going to happen because I also bought a ridiculous giant fuel scoop. Now, they didn't have a 5A here, so I went with a 5B. It'll probably be okay. I probably could have went with a, you know, like a 6A or something, but I wanted to make sure that I was still able to grab the giant fuel tank. But if you look down here, I finally bought a surface scanner, and I bought a vehicle hangar, and I have an SRV in there, and that's pretty cool because it's time for us to go exploring. I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and the reason I've been putting it off is because it is going to take forever. As a matter of fact, many, many, many videos after this one will probably be me still exploring. I hear something like it takes 8 hours or something like that to get to the core. And when we get to the core, we're also going to fly around and explore in there. So let's check it out. Let's go to the map and check out where we are in relation to the core. So we're like almost the outer fringes of the galaxy. I think Fehu is down here somewhere, and that's about as far away from the core as we've ever gotten. And you look at these splotches here, these are nebulas. So we're going to be going all the way up here. Check it out. Let's see if it'll load in. Yeah, we're going to be going like in here somewhere, and just look at it, man. It's dense as hell. But for now, we're not going to go straight to the core, guys, because there are things that I want to see. And I think that you might, you might have fun checking them out with me. All these little splotches, I kind of wanted to go to the California Nebula, but that's out of the way. So we'll get to that at some point. But we're going to be going to Coalsack first. And to make sure that I think I need to do one of those and then get in there. Make sure that, yeah, all right. So this is the first thing, because I want to see a nebula, and I've never seen a nebula, and I want to kind of like fly around in it and stuff. I kind of wanted to go to one of these, but those are actually out of the playable area as far as I know. So we're going to be, let's just see, that is 546 light years away, so I could plot a course straight to it right now, but I don't want to do that just yet because, I mean, I'm not going to have... Well, let's see. It'd probably be funny. It's probably going to take a second to actually load up the court. Let's get in there, actually. Let it load up a little bit. I want to make sure that I plot a course to a system that is in the nebula. Come on, come on. There we go. Let's check this one out. So see, look at that. I can almost get all the way to it before I have to refuel or scoop. But since I'm going to be scooping at every star I can to be full, I mean, look at... So if you're looking at the course here, the dots that don't show up... hold on. hold on, guys. Yeah, so, I mean, they're still, I guess, scoopable stars there. That's a class M, so that is something that I can scoop on. But I'm going to be scooping at every station or every system that I can get to be up to full fuel before we move on. And because I've got the detailed discovery scanner or surface scanner, I'm going to be at least scanning the sun in each one and any planets that are close to it. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time in most of the systems unless like they're close to the star. Like I'm not going to fly 100,000 light seconds to scan something, but hopefully we'll be making a lot of money, you know, when on the way there and when we get back, because I'm not going to sell anything until we get back to HIP 16607. But we're going to try and make a whole bunch of money, and I kind of want to, like, I don't know where there's supposed to be a neutron star field somewhere. I don't know where the hell it is, but I want to be looking for that too. I mean, this is going to be a giant undertaking, guys. It's going to take me forever, and as far as I know, if we look at the power play, that's the habitable bubble. That is the when I get outside that bubble, as far as I know, there's not going to be like space stations and stuff. So I left my shield generator on because I'm going to be landing on moons and stuff and checking them out. Like if I find a moon that has a really cool like vista or whatever, I'm going to land on it, drive around on it a little bit, show you guys that, and you know, be all vain and try to take all kinds of screenshots and stuff. But I mean, if you look at that, like the bubble, look how far away the bubble is from the core. And I was kind of thinking that what would be really cool is if when I got to the core, what if I just kept going? Look at all these out here, you know? Maybe we'll go all the way across the galaxy this time for real, and then turn around and come back and sell all that data and make a ridiculous amount of money. But I'm going to leave the star map or the galaxy map on the map thing here because I've got everything checked. All the stars that I can scoop from are checked. Like you can't scoop from these, but the course should probably take us through a couple of those, and we'll get to see that. I want to check out neutron stars. I really want to see a black hole. I think that would be really cool. But I haven't done a whole lot of reading. Like I could probably just look up, you know, black holes and where to find them, but I don't want to do that. I want to find this stuff myself. But we're not going in a straight line to the core, so it's gonna take even longer than the 8 hours or whatever that people say, because we're gonna be going to points of interest. Like I want to hit this one. There's a couple little nebulas up here that I kind of want to check out. Like I'd like to check out this one because it's not a dark one, like this nebula is, Coalsack. So I mean, we're gonna be going all over the place, guys, and I'm kind of hoping that you guys will come on this journey with me and have, you know, fun. And I hope that I don't get all the way to the core and die. So why don't we get that situated and started? I've got my course plotted. Let's get the hell out there and check some stuff out. We're leaving for a long time. And yeah, it's I think it's going to be awesome. And I don't know how fun it's going to be to watch, but I have had people ask me if I'm going to do any exploring. So I know that people want to see it, and I want to do it. I was kind of putting it off because it's like an undertaking. It's like once you're out there, you're out there. Like you can't just come right back, you know, if you want to do other stuff. So we're committing to this exploratory voyage, guys. And I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know how many episodes it's going to be. I'm not going to make you watch every single jump. I'm pretty much going to be cutting to interesting stuff. So I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of like discovering and whatnot while we're still in the bubble. because remember, we're going to be trying to get star systems with our names on them. I'm going to be trying to find unexplored star systems, so I'm going to be, and I always do the discovery scanner every time, even if I've already been in it. But it's just going to be a lot of this, guys. It's going to be a lot of jumping into a system, pointing to the next system, and going until we get out of the bubble. When we get out of the bubble, I'll be checking out a lot of stuff. But I'm going to be checking out stuff throughout the bubble as well. I mean, we're flying across the bubble. So I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, I'll see you guys when something awesome happens. This system is the first system in the course that we plotted that's outside of the bubble. So we are no longer in the bubble of inhabited space. So if we look at the locations here and go through what's in this system, there are a couple space stations, but these are like those little ones. They aren't the Coriolis or whatever. But from here on out, it's all outside the bubble. Now I'm sure that because we're still really close, it's going to be dotted with systems that have space stations. But if we take a look at the system map here, I'm going to show you kind of what we're looking for. So if you click on it and you go to the things here, it says it's first discovered by Celion here. So what we're going to be doing is looking for systems that are undiscovered. And we're going to get our names right there. Now, I took a little trip outside, like south of Fehu, and I scanned a whole bunch of systems along the way because I originally started a video where I was going to explore all the way around the galaxy rather than going to the core, and I managed to find one system that was unexplored, and that was pretty exciting. But hopefully we're going to find a whole bunch of them on the way to the core. I decided to scrap that other video because going around the the galaxy kind of wasn't as fun, I guess, and it was just full of a bunch of systems that only had like a star or 2 stars but no planets and things like that. So I want to find cool looking systems that, you know, that are fun to check out and fun to land on and stuff like that. So, but what we're going to do here is, if you look here, there's only 17 more jumps to the area that we plotted that's inside that nebula. It started out as 24 jumps. So this ship has pretty decent jump range. But what we're going to do is we're going to set that now to economical so that we're going to be hitting more systems. I kind of want to, well, first of all, it looks like we can make it all the way to our destination without scooping now. I'm still going to be scooping at every star because I don't want to be caught with my pants down and no fuel. But if we set it to economical routes, you see what it does? It adds so many from where we are. Like if I exit out of this, it is 74 jumps. It's a little bit too much for me, to be honest, until we get a little further out. So when we get to that nebula, I'm going to set it to economical for a while, like between each area. Set it to economical so I can get a maximum amount of discovery data, because while I do want to get there quick, I also don't want to get there too quick, because, you know, if you set it to fastest, you're skipping a lot of systems, and that's a lot of data. But I'm not going to keep it as economical right now because we're still so close to the bubble that I'm pretty sure lots of people have been around this area. I mean, going to the core is a pretty popular destination for explorers, and this is going to be our first exploration expedition. I'm probably going to do a couple of them. I will eventually want to go all the way around the galaxy. Remember, what we're going to do, though, is we're going to get to the core, and then we're going to keep going after I dick around in the core for a while. So let's go ahead and keep it on fastest for now and get a little bit closer to that nebula before we... Well, actually, I think I might set it to economical when we get in the nebula and just fly around in the nebula checking out those systems. So we'll keep it on fastest for now. And if I find a cool system on the way there, we'll check it out and we'll land on some moons and check out the different types of moons and stuff like that. I'm pretty excited, guys. I hope you're excited too. And I hope watching exploration videos is not boring, but we'll see. Might actually have to be entertaining or something. I don't know. Alright, guys, check it out. While I was flying up to this planet to scan it, you know, to make a few bucks off of it, I did notice something in this system. And I'm going to show you that as soon as I'm done scanning this planet. Alright, so check it out. This is pretty awesome. Alright, so I was going through and looking at these. And if you look, it says first discovered by, and I was looking through them, and it looks like, you know, somebody kind of gave up halfway through, and then somebody else took up the mantle. But look at this guy. It doesn't say that it's been explored by anybody. And these down here, although because they're so damn far away, look like they have not been explored either. And it's going to take a long time, guys, but I'm going to explore each and every one of these planets that has not been explored. So first we're going to plot a course to this one. And then from this one, we're going to swing down here and just go all the way through down to the sun, because I'm sure that the sun over here has not been explored either. So I will see you guys when we get to this one, because I'm also going to land on this planet and check it out. And, you know, just kind of look around on it. So I'm going to actually set a course. No, we'll get to this first, just in case something bad happens and I don't manage to get to it. So I'll see you guys when we get a little bit closer to that one. I'm going to scan the hell out of it and hopefully get the credit for it. Now, as far as I know, you don't get credit until you sell the data. So where all these places that are unexplored, that haven't been explored by anybody yet, or, you know, discovered by anybody yet, I won't get the credit for it, even though I scanned it, until I get back and sell it. I think that's how it works. If that's not how it works, let me know down in the comments. It'll be awesome. But hopefully I'll get credit for this entire, or like the half of this system that hasn't been explored. But it's going to take a ridiculous amount of time to even get to those other planets. So first, we're going to explore this one. I'm going to jump down onto that moon, and we can drive around on it a little bit and kind of try and get some cool like selfies and whatnot. And then I'm going to swing down there and hit every single one of those planets. And maybe this system will make me a pretty damn good amount of money. Who knows? This is going to be the first planet in this expedition that I've found that is undiscovered. And hopefully I'm reading that correctly. So I'm going to check it after it's done scanning to see if it actually put my name on it. If not, then it's true that you have to get back to a station and sell the data first. So yeah, it doesn't show anybody's name even though I've scanned it. So let's swing on over to this moon here, land on it, and, you know, dick around with the SRV for a little bit. Oh, cool, this moon. This moon has all kinds of trenches and stuff in it. This is going to be fun. I wanted to get kind of a shot from the moon of the planet that it's orbiting, but the planet is super tiny. Like, I feel kind of like the planet might even be smaller than the moon. I don't know. But we do have... Oh, alright, just making sure I'm going fast enough, or slow enough. But it looks like those aren't necessarily trenches. Just like, well, maybe they are. I don't know. But I see kind of like a crater over there with a little mound in the middle. Maybe we'll try and land close to that. But you can see right in front of us, that's Barnard's Loop, which I believe is a nebula. I don't know. That's where everybody's going crazy over all these like barnacles and stuff. But maybe at some point I'll swing over there and kind of check those out. But for now, I just kind of want to go on my own little expedition to the core. You know, I've been kind of avoiding the whole barnacle situation because there's a lot of fighting going on over them and stuff like that. And I'd have to take my clipper out there if I wanted any kind of hope of not getting blown up. Like, I would never go there with my asp. But I'm going to try and land down in this crater and see if we can, you know, have a little bit of fun in it with the SRV. Or maybe I should land on the other side of the crater and move into there. Well, I could, you know what? Yeah, we're going to land down here in the crater and then drive up and then call the ship and get like a cool picture of the ship and the SRV with that Barnard's Loop in the background. I think that'd be pretty cool. So let's get down here into the ground. It might be too rocky to land, though. That could be a problem. It's definitely going to be crazy driving around on it because I don't know what the gravity is here. Oh, it's 0.11. I think that's gravity. Down like where it says surf on the left side of my HUD, or the right side of my HUD, it has 0.11 G. I believe that's the gravity. So it's going to be kind of crazy driving around with the SRV because every little bump just makes it go crazy. But this looks flat enough, so let's get down here and see if we can't land. I'm going to try and miss this shadow, though.
Landing gear deployed.
Alright, cool. Just coming in for a smooth landing. Got some rocks everywhere. At first I thought it was like a ship. Oh man, there's rocks everywhere. Alright, cool. It's going to be an easy landing. It's a little bit flatter than I thought it was. So we got our alignment. It's good. Let's just kind of swing down there. There we go. Alright, cool. So now we just look down here at our crotch and deploy that SRV. Now I think the SRV faces backwards, so we're going to have to turn around, obviously. Yeah, because it's facing toward the mound in the middle. Alright, here we go. Oh, look at this. Now what I want to do, just make sure that we're facing the correct way. Yeah. Let's find the cockpit of the ship, and then we'll know. I think that's the cockpit right there. Also, this is a really good way to like just kind of look and see how cool the ship is. Look at that. It's a two-seater. Never really noticed that. It has room for a co-pilot down below like the console and everything up there. That's pretty cool. All right, so let's get up on top of this ridge and see if we can see Bernard's Loop. Man, this thing is really fun to drive. But like I said, it's just like all these little rocks. If you hit one that's a little bit bigger than these, I think for the most part, you don't collide with them. But I don't know. Sometimes I hit something and it just makes me fly all over the place. But we're going top speed. And I have... Oh, yeah. Oh, no. No. Don't do it, sir. Let's see if we can flip over. There we go. Woo! Could have been serious. But my bearings are all messed up now. There is like a... There it is. Okay. There's a driving assist that I guess kind of makes it a little better. Let's check that out and turn the driving assist on. I know there's a hotkey for it, but I don't know what the hell it is. So now I don't have to hold the throttle. I can set the throttle wherever I want. So if we don't want to go like super fast and have that problem again. Whoa. But we're like power sliding all over the place. Let's go about 15. I think that might be safe. It's a little slower though. But I'm not exactly sure what all driving assist does. We can jump. The thrusters are all crazy, but they make you kind of like tilt. It feels kind of like the thruster on the left side is a little bit stronger than the thruster on the right, because every time I've ever used the vertical thrusters, I start to kind of like roll to the side. I roll to the right, but it's getting really rocky here. Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up to the lip of this crater and see if we can find Bernard's Loop. So I'm gonna turn driving assist off and take manual control again. There we go. So that now when I let go of the throttle, it'll throttle down to a stop. Also, I'm hoping that that's not too steep to get up. This is only the second time, well, technically the third time. When I first got the game, one of the first things I did was go out in the SRV, and I ended up flipping over because it's really weird. Like, because I use what they call a HOGAS, it's not a HOTAS, it's a HOGAS because I use a stick. It's hands-on gamepad and stick. I use a gamepad for like the throttle and everything like that. But because I used that, it just seemed all the SRV controls weren't bound to anything, and I had to go in and bind them all manually. So I was driving around, and as I was discovering things I needed, I would go into the options and bind them. But I was just going crazy, driving around a base, and hit one of these little rocks and flipped over, and could not flip back over. Like, I don't know what I was doing wrong, but I couldn't get the vertical thruster to work at all. And I ended up having to self-destruct. Now the problem is when you self-destruct, you lose your SRV. And I didn't know that you could just buy another one in the outfitting. So I was like, well, now I don't have an SRV. So that's why, you know, when I first started this series, I was talking about how I didn't really like the Planetary stuff and wasn't going to be doing it very often. But when I was buying this SRV bay, I realized you could just go into the outfitting and, like, when you buy a bay, it doesn't come with an SRV. Man, this is really difficult to drive in. When you buy a bay, you don't get an SRV, so you have to buy the SRV. They're really cheap. They're like $5K, something like that. I probably should have went around all of this crap too. But let's tell you what. Let's and I need to bind this drive assist to something. But let's go like super slow and see if we can get through this without crashing. Yeah, see the drive assist seems to like regulate your speed so that it's a little less crazy. But when we get to a little bit more flattened area, I'll open her up a little bit. I said a little bit a lot in that sentence, so don't hold that against me. Now I'm kind of looking at the fuel, and I'm kind of worried that I actually have to go to a station to replenish that. I'm not sure if it replenishes each time you go back aboard your ship. I would assume that it uses the same fuel, so docking with your ship will refuel you, and then you can just, you know, make up that fuel by scooping a sun. I'm hoping that's the case. Otherwise, I'm going to have to use this SRV very sparingly because I'm obviously not going to find any stations to refuel in. Also, I have to be very, very careful because if I lose my SRV, again, no stations to buy a new one. So opening it up the way I did to get out here, probably a bad idea, especially since I flipped, and that could have been really bad. I think that if I had not engaged the vertical thruster while I was still flipping, I probably would not have been able to recover from that. But let's see if we can get out there, get a little faster. It seems like I'm not really getting anywhere close to where I need to be, though. So I'm going to call my ship, and we have I believe we've dicked around on this moon long enough. So I'm going to go ahead and call the ship and see if I can get it somewhere close to me. Oh, it's going to take a while. Hopefully we can get it close. If not, we'll have to drive to it. But it is time, because I have a long journey ahead of me to get to that cluster of planets that is really far away. I can't spend too much time on this one. But it was fun. I really like the SRV. Alright, there's the ship. I have to follow it. Where you going, buddy? That's not exactly flat, sir. I don't know if you're going to be able to let me back into the bay there. Or maybe. Look at it, guys. It's beautiful. A barren moon landscape. The Milky Way just hanging out off to the side there. We've got our ship over here. Do a little quick pan. I'm not sure that I really dig the shape of the Asp a whole lot. It's not my favorite ship. But it does look kind of cool. Unfortunately, I don't have any kind of, like, paint job for it or anything. But check it out, man. Just hanging out in this crater on this moon. All alone, solitude, quiet. I think it's pretty awesome. Anyway, let's get back into that ship. I don't know if I can make it under that. Yep. Alright, cool. And here we go. Alright, let's go find us an unexplored planet. Alright, look at it, guys. Look how damn fast we're going. I had it up to 917 times the speed of light. Now we're speeding down now because we're way past the halfway mark to getting there. So the ship is speeding down, but I'm going to leave it at full throttle because it's still going to take, 3 minutes, 23 seconds. But we're going to get there. This is the one in the very back. So what I'm going to do is start on that planet and move toward the sun, hitting all those planets all the way there. Probably only have time to hit this one before I have to end this video, though, because I do have other obligations, and this has already taken forever. So I'll see you guys when I'm actually scanning the planet. Probably a little bit too fast, but it hasn't told me to slow down just yet. Also, I believe that I can actually land on this planet because it does not have an atmosphere. So after we scan it, I'm going to go ahead and land on it and check it out. Or at least attempt to land on it. Cool. This is our very own planet, ladies and gentlemen. I've scanned it. It is mine. Providing I can get back and not die on the way. Not a very pretty planet. But let's go ahead and see if we can land on that disc. Oh, look at those trenches, though. Let's see if we can do that. That'd be pretty cool. Gotta hit it at a good angle. Like an approach angle here. There we go. I want to see what this is all about. This scar. Got a bunch of gross craters, though.
Orbital flight engaged.
Alright, let's get down into that glide and we'll turn around. It's an icy body. It doesn't look like ice to me. I mean, maybe that's ice, but the planet itself is not icy. Alright, we're about to hit glide here. Hopefully I wasn't going too fast. Excellent. I'm going to be sitting down probably on one of those plateaus down there. This one. And we'll check it out. Alright, well. I think that'll take a while. Maybe down on this one right here. Oh, this is cool. So it turns out, like, these planetary landings are actually really fun, and I'm kind of sad that I haven't been doing them. I think it'd be really cool to, like, have combat, SRV combat, because SRVs do have turrets.
Landing gear deployed.
Oh, this is, like, weird looking. Okay, I'm going to have to turn around. It's coming in too fast. It's a very weird color to me. There we go. Let's get down there. Come on. There we go. Get out into this bad boy. Alright guys, well that's going to be all the time I've got for this video. I think I did pretty well. I found a system that was only half explored, and even though this is the first planet in the line, I am going to be hitting all the ones all the way down. It took so long to get to this one from the other set that I'm out of time. But we're well on our way to the core, and remember, on the way to the core, we're going to be hitting all the spots that I want to see on the way, so it's not a straight shot. So this is probably going to be just a large collection of exploratory videos in this series. So who knows how long it's going to take? I don't know. but I think it's going to be pretty fun, and I think I'm going to make a ridiculous amount of money. In any case, if you like this video and you want to see more videos of Elite Dangerous or any of the other videos that I've done, or if you have anything to throw down in the comments, maybe you want to talk about something, you know what to do, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Eject. 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 Eject.